Let me help you.
Yes.
Always take the answers and check it very quickly. As we agreed, we read very quickly before and after, but we go to check the answers. Letter A mentions description of physical appearance. This point does not make sense for any physical appearance. How is the shape? How is the face? How is the body? Does not. She felt a flush. A flush means in literature embarrassment, anger, outrage. She's very annoyed, angered. So we don't have any information in the sentence about this part. It establishes why, and establish like explain. Remember, all of them the same, gives, establishes, reinforce, and reduce. So why one of the characters was not comfortable in the situation, but here we don't have why, because he said as it was, and we have the word but to tell us something opposite to this point. We don't have any sense to see why she is angered or annoyed or she is uncomfortable. She mentions here she is uncomfortable. You see,
Yes.
yes, felt a flash just means I felt annoyed, I felt angered. So that means she is not comfortable. Okay, but it does not tell why. So when I say I'm angry, does not mean that I'm telling you why I'm angry. So A does not support it. Reinforce and reinforce just like to support by evidence an emotional state, and that is emotional state. A flush, embarrassment, and anger rising on her cheeks. So this means on her face you see expressions of anger. Again for letter D. So see, it introduces interaction between two characters. The underline it does not say any interaction or involvement or conversation or intercourse between two characters. So it's not supported. That's why. It is like the test maker test you what means the flush. If I know what means the flush, I know its emotional state already. If I don't know, what can I do? Read before and after to know what's going on. For example, if Sarah had been older or less careful about being quite polite to people, if what will happen, she could have explained herself in a very few words, but she didn't. That's why she felt anger. If I don't understand the meaning of the underline, read the following, because the author sometimes paraphrase, explain, give details. What does it mean? You feel it?
Yes.
Now let me help you. He mentioned Miss Mitchum was a very severe and imposing person. Imposing a person means someone intrudes in your life, interferes in your life, intervenes in your life. And if someone introduces in your life makes you angry, yes or no? Yes. And look again, she seemed so absolutely sure that Sarah knew nothing. That makes she makes her in embarrassment. Look again. It would be most rude to correct her. All of this tells you that she is in an anger, for example. That's why. So here, letter C is supported by evidence. Right? Now let's jump. Number 5, what is the question quickly? So as you know, analogy, it's an expression means comparison between two things. So he wants to tell you why he used the comparison. So we need an idea mentioned in the paragraph. So try to focus on what is the sentence of analogy. Let's read it very quickly.
B.
You think it's letter B, but the comparison here, it does not mention duties of assembled sailors are sufficient to occupy or not. Let's find what is the comparison exactly. As he mentioned here, no, when I go to sea, I go as a simple sailor, right before the mast, plumb down into the forecastle, aloft alone, there to be royal masthead. True, they rather order me about something. So they give him orders. And they make me jump from spar to spar. This means he follow like a grasshopper. That is analogy, comparison. You remember the simile, like as similar to, he compared to something. So he jumps from spar to spar like a grasshopper in a meadow. If we focus on this part, we will find definitions about this. It's important to obey orders from a superior officer aboard the ship. Either related to it or not. As he mentioned here, they rather ordered me about something. So I followed. I did it like a grasshopper. Right? Again. And at first, this sort of thing is unpleasant enough. It means the narrator does not like that. But this wears off in time. So you must do it. Feel it? Letter A, it's not explained here, so it's not mentioned. Duties, he didn't mention about the duties that he must follow, but he follow an order, not many duties, right? And he didn't mention the duties are enough for his time. That means it's not supported. How about, wait. Here, the narrator should try to work his way up to a position as an officer. No, but he didn't mention that he was an officer. He said here, and make me jump. He is not the officer. That means opposite to mention. That's why. Feel it? So imagine as we ask you, what is the main idea mentioned here? That's why. Now let's jump. Now the function of the underlined. Now what is your answer?
C.
It can be C, yes. You were near. It offers the reason, the underlined only. Adam Patch dedicated most of time to campaigning. It tells you the reason. No.
No idea.
Remember the underlined only, not the passive. We have a reason in the passive. But look for letter A. It indicates that Adam Patch was living in the past. Look, it was creeping up slowly on this time. Imagine. This means I'm now at present, but I live as I was in the past. In my room and as in past, my thinking, my way, my friends, as he mentioned, was creeping up slowly. His thoughts ran a great deal on the Civil War, the past, somewhat on his dead wife, in the past, and son, infinitesimally on his grandson Anthony. So he was living in the past indeed. Here, rather than the present, he saw letter A, it is supported in the underline. That's why. But it's great for you to delete B and D. It's no problem because already it does not clarify the previous claim that Adam Patch was an intolerable bore. And intolerable, you know the word intolerable. Intolerable means you cannot accept the other people's opinions. You cannot adapt to the style of lives around you. You feel it? You hate the people around you, you hate their lifestyle. As you know, tolerance. Tolerance is to accept the people around you. Even though you hate their style, but you accept and you live. You don't do any harm or make any damage. That's why intolerable not mentioned before. So letter A is supported. That's why. Catch it?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the test, sometimes we need to read before and after because this sentence already after semicolon and the information in the semicolon related to the preface and the following because you have semicolon again. So that means you should focus on this part. Which of this part mentioned here? That's why. Now let's jump. Question first. So we need Y. Let's find Y is not. Let me help you. Remember, sometimes the test maker will not give you the synonym language directly as in text, but use synonym language. For example, here, he said it's not only able to protect for a short time. That's mentioned here, and be near to the sentence of your answer. As he mentioned here, but as I told you, when you read any reading in English or any test, when you find the but, however, for the contrastive, focus on after, because that is the contrastive idea. He said, but null scene breaks down after 1 hour. I mean, just like finished after 1 hour, which allows a relapse into overdose unless the drug is re-administered again. So when I give a person the medicine for 1 hour, so after every 1 hour I give here, so this means this is a problem. That's why naloxone's short lifetime also makes it less effective against powerful synthetic pirates. That's why. That's why it means it's not desirable solution. Why? Because it keeps only for a short time. So that means your answer must be here. But this is part you just want to understand. You catch it? So letter A is the best answer. Let's make a deal. Can you just give me 10 minutes to pray very quickly? And then do it again?
Yes.
Before you can visit the kitchen quickly. I want to enjoy it.
Okay.